What's up guys, Darkdally here, and today I'm going to show you how to get the Freefall Legs. I mentioned these in an earlier video. In case you're not aware of what they can do, the Freefall Legs are they are combat armor legs which prevents all falling damage. So even when you're not in power armor, if you're wearing them, you can fall from any distance and not sustain a single point of damage. They're great for many things, and one of these things includes building at really high levels. I say this because I've built, well, you've probably seen my castle. If you've watched my videos, I have fallen off of that on accident while building it. And also while building at Finch Farm on the overpass, I have fallen from that. These pieces of leg armor will prevent all damage. They're great for wearing just in general, and it's just fun to jump off of buildings sometimes. So here's how we get them. First, know that the Freefall Legs are the rarest, hardest to get item in the entire game. In fact, it's almost impossible to get them. Some people can spend hours. Today, I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, and I'm going to try to do it in one shot. I think I've done this enough I can one shot it now. There's a couple things you need, and the first thing you need is a good set of power armor with a jetpack. Now don't worry, because the other thing you need is you need to pretty much have beaten the story of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say you need to pretty much have beaten the story of the game. So let's just say, for safety's sake, you need to beat the storyline of the game, okay? By that time, you'll probably have a jetpack or have some means to get one or be close to getting one. Here I am in my pride and joy. This is my best armor that I have. Every single piece of this power armor is legendary. T60 Sentinel armor, Brotherhood of Steel power armor. I mean, and this is why I like the Brotherhood of Steel, because yeah, I got to show off my pride and joy. And yes, as you can see, I have the Tesla T60 pieces from Automatron, which I have also painted with the Sentinel paint. Okay, enough showing off. I love my armor, but so what we need is we need a jetpack, which I have right here. And we need to have basically beaten the storyline of the game, which I have. In fact, this character already has the Freefall Legs. And we need, what else do we need? Okay, we're going to need Nuka-Cola Quantum, I recommend, and Buff Jet, because it's literally impossible to reach where we need to reach. Let's start heading up there now. I'm going to start showing you where we need to go. For the first place we need to go, and I'll talk along the way, guys. First place we need to go is the Mass Fusion Building, which you can see right here. This is where I'm at, Mass Fusion Building. Not the Executive Suite. Don't go there. That's like the top floor. You can't get anywhere from there. It's just a balcony. Make sure you go to the Mass Fusion Building. I just came in the door over there. The first thing we need to do is we need to go up a few levels. Now, I've done this a few times. The only thing you're going to need is the jetpack and storyline requirements, as I mentioned. I highly recommend Buff Jet, a good amount, and Nuka-Cola Quantum to refill your action points, and some bobby pins, because you got to pick a lock once you get up there to get them. So be aware that you do need to pick a lock. Now, it's just a novice lock. It won't require any special skill, but you will need bobby pins. We want to go up about 5 levels and we'll get to an elevator. Now that's the reason you have to have basically beaten the game first, is because this elevator does not become available until much later in the storyline. I think it's on the 5th level. Let's see here. It should be right about, there it is. So we're going to ride this elevator up. And I will show you step by step how to get up there. Of course, a lot of jetpack action. As you know, jetpack consumes action points. So make sure you come with plenty of fusion cores, because not only does it require action points, it's also going to burn the hell out of your fusion cores. Notice I have over 100 right now. I just brought them all. I just brought all the fusion cores I have at my hideout just in case. The elevator will take you above this glass floor, which you cannot get to until you've completed a certain story in the main quest. Now here's where we need to go. We need to go to the very top beyond all of that fog up there. Now I recommend, this is the best way to do it, try just to boost one floor or so at a time. No need to get greedy because you're probably going to fall a lot the first few times you try this. So I just go one floor at a time. I let my action points refill in between. And I'll show you where we're going. There's a particular floor you want to get to, and I'll show you what to look for when you get there. I love this leg armor, the Freefall Legs. This is the only character I have it on because it is so much of a pain. Ah, crap. That happens a lot. To get. So much of a pain to get. But if you can get it on your main character, it's absolutely worth it. Also be aware, as I said, I may have said earlier, it's combat armor. So I like the look of combat armor as it happens. It depends what level you are as to what level of combat armor it is. Now, this character, I got it when she was about level 40 or 50 something, and so I got it as heavy armor. What I'm saying is, if you can, you know, if you somehow manage to get this armor when you're like level 20, for instance, it will most likely be low-level combat armor. Okay, see that mass fusion sign up there? That's kind of what we're aiming for. That's our first mark, is that mass fusion sign up there. And I'll show you when we get closer. Okay, so we're up this high. Let's shoot for up there next. And now we are here. Okay, that's where we're going. Where we want to land is, we want to land on that side of it over there. I think we can walk over there, but let's actually just go over here anyway, because that's where we want to shoot for. Also, while you're doing this, you want to make quick saves. You want to make quick saves. I would suggest making a quick save right here by this mass fusion sign. If this is our first mark, let's go ahead and make a quick save. Now, standing right here on this side of the mass fusion sign, if we look up, you see a hole in the floor. That's our first mark. It can be tricky to get through this hole. It really can. I've failed 20 times in a row getting through this stupid hole, oddly enough. Get through that hole, and where that puts us, if you jumped from right where I did and went through that hole, our first really hard part we have to do is up here. Now let me tell you what we're going to do. There's a, see that window? Let me pull up my gun here. See that window right there? We're going about that high, except it's over here. Now, it's impossible to jetpack that high. I'll tell you right now, flat out, it's impossible. It cannot be done. These freefall legs are so hard to get, they're practically an exploit. There's ways to get it, of course. I'm going to tell you how, but I'm saying don't try to jetpack up there. You can't do it, no matter what perks you have. I'll show you how. Once we get to that point there, what we're going to do is we're going to need to jetpack higher up to a point over here. And you will see all this. Now this is why I mentioned the Nuka-Cola Quantums and the Buff Jet. Let me go to my menu here. You're going to want to favorite these. I have Buff Jet. I have 4 of them, which is plenty. We only need 1 or 2. I have it favorited. And then the Nuka-Cola Quantum. You want to put them real close in your favorite bar because we're going to have to use them. I'm telling you what's going to happen in advance because I'm not sure how much I'll be able to, like, concisely talk while I do this because I'm going to be really concentrating. What we're going to do is, first let's get up on this ledge. We need to jump up on this railing right here. And now that we're on this railing, okay, see that hole in the wall? That's our first mark. But that's where I was talking about. But it's impossible to jetpack there. So what we're going to do is we're going to jetpack and we're going to kind of wedge ourselves in this corner over here. Now, when you jetpack up there, you will find that you can land in this corner kind of in midair and just kick it there and just stand there. Also be aware that if you do that, it can be impossible to jump and jetpack again from there. Once you land there, you may have to kind of jump over to the side to get the jetpack to kick in and then go back up. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of feather the jetpack gently up there. I have my Buff Jet and I have my Nuka-Cola Quantums favorited on my list right here. Quantums right there. I got my Buff Jet right there. We're going to want to pop those. You want to try to keep the Buff Jet active, and when your AP drops too low, chug a quantum. Now, how do you drink soda in midair in power armor? Well, I guess that's just the beauty of gaming. That's what we're gonna have to do. You'll see me feathering the jump button, staying stuck in the corner until I can get there. Let's try this out. Let's see if I can get it in one shot here. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and pop a buff jet and jump. Okay, we failed the first time. Second try's a charm, right? Let's see if we can do it this time. This time I'm gonna wait until I'm like mid-jump to pop the buff jet. You can actually make it to a point where you're stuck in that corner up there before you hit it. So let's see how this works. Okay, we made it up to this point. This is the hardest part of the climb to the freefall legs. So once you get to this level here, oh my god, for the love of all that is holy, save your game, because that was the hardest jump. The next jump I actually did on my very first try. It's not too hard. Let me show you where we got to go. Oh, first though, once you make it here, there's a little fusion core here you can grab. Where's it at? Oh yeah, it's like right here on the desk. I already grabbed it in this game, that's right. So that'll make up for like the 10 that you used to get up here. Right? They gave you a fusion core. Where we're gonna jump next, that's where we came from, that railing right there, that's where we're standing. Where we're going now is, I think it's actually right there. I think it's not too bad. You can actually do this without any drug assists. So I'm going to do this next jump. I'm going to save again just to make sure. I'm going to do this next jump without using any buff jet, just Nuka-Colas if I have to, and we're going to get over there. So let's do this next jump. And there we go. That was it. That jump was actually pretty easy. Turn on my light here. I don't want to go out too far to show where we came from, but where we came from was right beside that window down there. Anyway, so this is the armor where you find, this is the room, I'm sorry, where you find the freefall legs. They're in this safe right here, which has only a novice lock, so just make sure that you have some bobby pins. You can get your legs, and then, well, I'll show you what they can do. As long as we're up here, get out of my power armor, and let's go for a little ride. There's also some little lore related things here as to the origin of the power of the legs, but as you can see, I'm not in power armor. That is the beauty of the freefall legs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, I just did it in 2 attempts, and I did it on 2 attempts on my first try, but it could just as easily take you 50, 60, or 100 attempts, as I have heard some YouTube users report. It can take you forever. So that's why you want to create the quick save points. At least create one by the mass fusion sign. Create one when you get into the room with that fusion core, for the love of God, because that is the hardest jump ever. But really, as you've seen, it can be fairly simple to do. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked my video, subscribe. I'm Darkdally. I will catch you guys next time.